It's so huge. They give me the level of see, I can't think of the name of the week. It's a change. Yeah. Yeah, it's a change. No. My phone's out. 7:30.
All right, 7:30. Thank you all for coming. And again, we're in this room because we have voting tomorrow. And we've got to keep the room sealed, we're in our nice little intimate room. So before we get started, let's do the topic to people.
Let's please to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a roll call. Maureen Walsh, we're here. I'm here.
Good.
Don Harmon,
Here.
Bruce Marsh,
Here.
Tiffany Becker, here. Bill Hines,
Here.
Charles Swain,
Here.
and Arnold Joseph,
Here.
and Sherry Russell.
Here.
She's on, I think, right? She should be on Zoom. Okay. And Chris May.
Here.
All right, we've established a quorum. First order of business is the secretary's report, which this is the prior month's board minutes that were taken. Do I have a motion to approve the May minutes as written?
Motion to approve minutes.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next up is the treasurer's report. Got Charles?
Yeah.
Phillips.
Thank you. So this is our first month of the year. We started off with a positive month. First of all, the way we budget revenues, we take the revenue and we front load it about 70%, 69% first month, and then we spread it out the rest of the year. So our revenues for collecting of dues was $300,000 for the goods. We collected about 80% of our revenue in the first month, which was really nice of the dues. So overall, our revenues were up about 8.9% or 219,000. Most of that was due to because of that the collecting of the association dues. Golf operations is a little bit slow, but for this month, but some of that was booked. I think at the end of May we had a real strong. April. We had a real strong April, so I think that was some of that was booked in that month. Expenses. Our overall expenses are favorable year to date, and that we were 24% below what we budgeted. It's 217,000 in total. And it breaks down like this. Cost of sales are a little bit off, just more of a timing issue when we purchase things. Payroll is probably the biggest thing to notice where our payroll is a positive variance, or a favorable variance is 45%, 118,000. So we actually had 3 payrolls in the month of May, but we paid one of them in April, on April 30th. So that variance probably will carry the whole year. We actually budgeted for 3 periods, it just happened to work out that way. The actual cash component of that. So, and then the operating expenses were favorable by 94,000 or 15%. And it's really mostly due to timing, things like the maintenance that we haven't completed, culvert repairs, and that we budgeted, and some other road items. The rec had about an $18,000 variance positive because of some timing and some things we paid for. So overall, we started off the year very positively with 537,000 positive NOI. On only other thing that usually to look at is some capital spending. We have, as we all know, this year we passed the budget of 1.2 million. Really, we haven't done any of the items yet. The biggest thing will probably be the next is the roads that'll hit, I think, like this month and next. Yeah, so it's about $1,000. But most of these are those small items that hit this month. So that's it.
Thank you. Got the president's report. In the last few months, I've been doing a call for candidates. And this is for the 3 board members. We've got 9 board members, and every year 3 come up for renewal. And they run for a 3-year term. So this is the time where I get to actually announce who the candidates are that will be running for this upcoming 3-year term. And this is an alphabetical order: Don Harmon, Bill Hines, Chris May, and Grace Pippin. So we have 4 people that will be running for the 3 spots. So after tonight's meeting, an email blast will go out with their names and their pictures and strategic vision. So it'll be announced to the community.
What are the spots?
Hmm?
What are the 3 spots?
So
It's to be on.
Sorry. I'll just kind of share what's going to happen next. So in the July meeting, which is going to be Monday, July 15th at 7:30, we will have meet the candidates. So each candidate will have 2 minutes to get up and speak and introduce themselves. And then the next month, which will be August 19th, at the next open POA meeting, we will have a chance to, sorry. No, I did it wrong. Sorry, August 19th will be a Q&A with the candidates. So this is where the members will write in some questions. We'll also have a box with some questions. They will take, the candidates will take our seats, and we will ask them questions, and they will have 2 minutes to answer. So this will give us a chance to kind of understand kind of some of their positions and how they think and what they stand for. And then in September, at the annual meeting, which is gonna be Saturday, September 21st, that is when we announce the results. So in your packet that you will be getting, there will be, you vote in that packet, or you can come in person on that Saturday, the 21st, early in the morning. And then one other thing I wanted to share is a little bit about parking. So this is the time of year when kids are out of school, a lot of families are celebrating, and we've got some strict kind of parking rules. So I just wanted to share something that you can do is the POA does have what they call a party pass. So if you go up to the POA office, you tell them the date, the time, how many cars that you're expecting, they will give you a parking pass that you will then give back to your guests, and they will display it in the window. So that way you can park legally and you won't be ticketed. And then I believe also Spot is notified that, there's a party going on. So I just wanted to kind of share that option, because I know a lot of times, you do have people over and they all can't fit in the driveway. So this is just an option that, you can leverage. Yeah. Okay, so those are the two things I wanted to share. So next up, we've got the operations report with Allison.
Right now. Okay. So the 4th of July is coming up, and just like every year, we have a lot of cities in our event celebration. Many residents invite their friends and family to join in on the fun of the long weekend, so we expect countless visitors through the gates between the 4th through the 8th. Please bear with Spa and the event gate backups. Just a reminder that property owners are responsible for their guests and must remain open at all times during the duration that they are on property, including amenities. And of course, the residents are responsible for all guests that they allow through the gate. Our amenities always tend to get crowded over the 4th of July weekend. Just a reminder that there's no free guests, and wristbands must be purchased at $5 per day. You can buy a wristband at any of the amenities and use it at all of the amenities for the day. The pool and beach rules will be strictly enforced over that weekend. All residents must present a valid proxy card and ID at every facility. Your name must be visible on the proxy card, and if you need a new label, just contact the POA office and they'll be happy to put you a new one. All of our amenities are currently up and running with the new season now in full swing. The rec center is open for regular operating hours despite the current plumbing issues that we're experiencing. To give an overall synopsis of the issue, when the renovation work was performed, the new piping was connected into existing piping that runs into the sewer system. This shouldn't have been a problem. However, the old iron piping did corrode when it sat empty for a few months during the renovation, creating the problem we have now. Although not ideal, we brought in portable restrooms facilities outside to allow us to remain open during the 90-degree weather. Or felt it was crucial that we keep this amenity open. We're hoping to have this issue resolved within the next few weeks. So bear with us while we're kind of dealing with this. Lastly, the POA office will be closed in observance of the 4th of July holiday on Thursday, July 4th and Friday, July 5th. And of course, POA staff and work would like to wish everybody a very safe and happy 4th of July.
Okay. We don't have any old business. We do have some new business, which is going to be a golf cart revision, a rule to the revision to the rule. And I want either Allison or Ronnie to explain it a little bit.
In January of this year, the state of Georgia enacted a new law that became effective where certain utility vehicles can get a license tag like a car from the state of Georgia through your county office. In order to get one of those on your UTV, it cannot be a four-wheeler, can't be a golf cart. It has to be a certain kind of utility vehicle, it has to have all the same safety features as a car. And they will inspect it at the county office to see that. When you get a tag, the tags look a little bit different than a car tag, but they are in fact a metal car tag that has yearly registration, just like a car. If you get one of those, you are considered a duly licensed vehicle, and you're allowed to drive on the county and city road, not a state road. Which means around this area, you can drive, not on 166 and not on 61, but you can drive some of these back roads outside the subdivision. Because it is a duly licensed vehicle and our DOR states that we allow duly licensed vehicles to drive on the road, those will be allowed, but you must have the tag. If you do not have a tag, it's still illegal within the subdivision.
I'll elaborate on what we're changing in the golf cart rules. The first thing we did was we defined utility terrain vehicle, which the UTV as the state does, which shall mean a motor vehicle designed for off-highway use with 4 or more low-pressure tires, a steering wheel, a bucket, or bench seating for each occupant. In section 2, under eligibility under the golf cart rules, we actually have added right below, I'll just read the whole thing, it may be easier. All-terrain vehicles, which are ATVs, like four-wheelers, razors, and utility vehicles, like a John Deere Gator or a Polaris, are not eligible for registration and operation under these rules. So that basically states we're not registering those through POA. And then we've added, that was already in the rules, we've added UTVs registered with the state of Georgia for OCGA 40-2-31 with a valid Georgia license plate and registration are allowed to be driven on the roads only and not on the golf course, sidewalks, or other property. Registration is through the Carroll County Tax Office. And that is the modification to the rules that we're making that the board is about to vote on.
Okay,
Does golf course include the cart path?
Yes.
so with that, do I have a motion to approve?
I'd like to make a motion to approve UTV usage with the golf cart rules, only if tagged with and by the state of Georgia.
Do I have a second? I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Post.
All right, the motion carries. Lot management, we don't have any updates around that, and we're not due for committee reports, but I just want to also acknowledge all the work for all the volunteers this weekend around the golf charity. Golf fireman charity tournament. All the work that went into it and all the people that volunteered. I don't want to take any fun.
No.
Talk about it, but I mean, it was so well organized and well attended and well run. Well, yeah, what a great success. So it's really proud of everybody who pitched in and helped. Is there any?
Yeah, with that too, is that yes, we did, but we also have in the North Road, one that Jay is here tonight, so we, there's one of the things that they did hand out, so that it continues, but again, we're getting a lot of great feedback from outside the community and internal, but there is another tournament, this weekend as well, there's some flyers in the back of those that are interested. Okay.
I have some.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I have something for roads and I'll try to make sure. As far as I know, the roads are gonna start, they're gonna start paving the road around July the 8th. And, the interior roads that are gonna be, that will be, that'll be, striped and also will be repaved is, one is Briarwood Court. Then there's Cedar Court, Lakeshore Drive, and it's showing from the utility box beyond 2507 driveway to the newer pavement at 2539. North Carroll Court, Ridgecrest Court, Argonne Drive, Argonne Place, the semicircle, Argonne Court, including, Centerline Strike, Butler Court, and Cumberland Court. Now, there's also, Lakeview Parkway, several areas in Lakeview Parkway is gonna be built, and it's gonna be repaid there too. I've got a list of those, but I don't really have the addresses where that's gonna take place. Also, we're putting together, 3 possibilities, but I don't know, I'm thinking maybe one of them might happen this year. You may have to wait till next year. One of them is to pave the parking back here for the pickleball area, have it paved. We're definitely looking at, gonna pave the, rec center, new parking area up here and, move the dumpster and have a place for it. It's gonna be on that side, but it'll be a paved area for them to be able to drive and pick it up. And, also looking, and I wanna reiterate something about this, looking to pave the area for the boats, truck and trailers, looking to pave that area, the drive that goes down to that. And there's also, a figure that was given to me today, but Jim Stevenson, who is the chair of roads, is going to, he's gonna have to tweak a few things here and there. But on that note, how many of you remember the song Signs? Signs, everywhere signs, okay? What we're trying to avoid is putting signs. Yeah, so, you were. But anyway, we're trying to avoid putting signs everywhere. But the parking at the marina for the boaters has become more of people parking there to walk the dam or to fish. Just asking that if, and all you people out there in TV land, please, respect, those who have boat trailers and give them an area to park. And, try, if you can, try to park up on where the marina is. But respect those people that have boat trailers as well. So we don't have to put up signs. I don't care for signs, but sometimes you just have to do things like that. But there is, an estimate given for, where we're going to pay the revenues and hopefully a bigger area for it. And some trailers, yeah, where they can park. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? All right, I have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, now we'll go to the questions. Sam, do you want to?
The rec center, this on? Yeah, okay, the rec center is fabulous, it really does. But I just had a few questions about, I know when I went here about 10 or so years ago, we had, I think that was this room maybe, was, for the children with the food stall and things like that. Are we going to bring any equipment in as this is the rec center, like, the games or anything, basketball, jump time has a lot of those activities that are so cute that the children love, and it gives them something to do for the summer. And it really keeps them occupied. Any plans for it?
Well, we do have a area, this is a new building, so it was this area, but you are correct. We do have an area across the way from the restrooms and stuff like that we've designated as a game room. And at this point, we are making a decision about what we're going to put in there. The room is smaller, so we're trying to decide if we want to do a boost table, do we want to do ping pong, we want to, we're trying to figure it out. And I haven't shared it with anybody, but in July, there's a big convention in Atlanta, and I was hoping somebody or all, some of us could go, and that's where they sell some arcade games and things like that. So, I mean, that was something that we're looking into. We haven't made confirmation on it yet, and stuff like that, but we are definitely thinking something about it. So there's plans for something, we're just gonna figure out what we can fit in there and how much we want to fit in.
Super.
Mhm.
Okay, my next question was, and everyone's asking about it, so I thought, may as well. Well, the marquee at the front, what's the plan for it?
So, just Thursday, I think, when, we were at a meeting, I, ended up looking up some signs and stuff like that, so those electric signs, I never really liked the electric sign that was there, I thought it was kind of Vegas, and, I wish we could do a little bit more with it. If we went with a much more expensive sign, it would just be that, it would just be a much more expensive sign. So what we're looking at, what I was looking at, was putting some kind of, fixed sign that just said, Fairfield Plantation, welcome home, something put in between those posts. But there is no plans, there's no concrete plans yet as far as whether we're gonna invest in an electric sign, because that would be costly. Or if we're just gonna utilize those, stone posts, which is, maybe Fairfield sign or welcome home or something we haven't exactly decided, but it's on slated to talk about next month, as a matter of fact, now that we're finished the rec center, so, yeah, so there, we are talking about it, I'm getting some ideas, like this is how much it is for electric sign, this is how much it is for us, steel sign, so we're coming up with some ideas, so we'll have something hopefully by the end of the year, or hopefully by spring or fall.
And on a financial planning standpoint on that issue, we were looking at a minimum of $30,000 to get them up and operational. We thought, for right now, we'll look at something else before taking on that expenditure.
Because it isn't working currently. is
Day,
it?
let's,
And
day,
that's the one.
white day, Friday.
Yeah, yeah, and you can't replace any of the components in there, it would just be really costly, so, yeah.
And my third question, I think people already answered, I was thinking about a list of maybe the roads that are gonna be paved.
Yep.
And so we know where that.
Yep.
Is that, can we get that somewhere?
Yeah, and, is it something we put out?
Yeah. We wanted to, it is subject to change, but if it's come to POA office, I can just.
I'm just about that. So no problem.
All right, next up, Bill Knight.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Question, I thought of what Chris was talking. Chris, is there any consideration of fixing all these utility cuts that are on the roads?
Well, you talk about when, I'm sorry, thank you. You're speaking of when they're putting in new houses, and things like that. What takes place, and, Allison can help me with this as well. When a section is cut out for the water and sewage, things like that, they usually wait several weeks, if not a couple of months, before they repair those. And the reason being because they've got to have that, hack dam, pack and everything like that. And part of it is done by the water department.
Yeah, it depends on the size.
Yeah.
If it's just a tap in for new construction, road maintenance and let it gets filled in with water authority, the road maintenance maintains that where they keep adding to the gravel, let it add a little bit more, let it back down. If you don't, we'll end up with what happened on Monticello, I guess it's 2 or 3 years ago, where you have these inverted speed bumps that created down through there. So, if it's a road repair or a water main authority to a larger patch, the water authority is responsible for that. A lot of times they save up and they get several of those together, and then the paper comes out and pays those.
There's several of them that have occurred since the irrigation work on the golf course, where they have to cut from one hole to the next. How are those going to be treated?
No, on the golf course.
No, they're on the road.
They're because of the irrigation, is what you say.
Because
Sure.
of the- because
Mhm.
of the
They're
irrigation.
crossing under.
Oh, okay.
Those would probably get repaid by our paper, when the paving work begins.
And one of the things that, these are, that some people don't realize is that when there's a house that's to be built on a road and that road's up for paving, they're not gonna pave that road to that house has been built. And we've had, how many, Dakota, what was it, about 28,
24, 25.
24 houses in the past year, I think, you know, and we got more that's coming. So, Jim Stevens is very aware of where these houses are being built and the roads will be cut. And even some of these roads that I named off, if there's plans to build a house there, he may hold off on paying because it just wastes money on the side of that. So.
And just one more thing to the tournament this weekend, I know the chief is here. I don't know how many of you got out to actually see it, but I've been, when I could, playing in golf tournaments, organizing golf tournaments, and being chairperson of golf tournaments for 50 years. And this was done as well as any I've seen in that time period. I think the fire department should be really congratulated.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, since we're adding on that, I know the chief and Justin were here a couple of months ago to say what they were gonna use for, and they are going to be able to get all those air cylinders. So this is a way, that, you know, throughout the community, there's some ways that we donate and what we can do for this. So I think that was also another rewarding part of that process.
And a lot of the fun was after the golf tournament, with handfuls of raffle tickets, even if you're not playing golf or you're not volunteering for anything else, come out and buy raffle tickets and join in the fun because it goes to a good cause.
We learned a lot from that tournament.
Yeah.
Things that we're going to.
It's a benchmark
do
for
next
them
year.
to come.
Yeah, so. And we're gonna make sure that we keep their shirts on
Yeah.
and don't bring their animals. And a few other things.
That's right.
So does it mean you're still gonna do the Boston bus?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
And the orange, I mean, the sales going on right now. Heat sales.
It's one of the pictures. Yeah, perfect. So you're plugged to the con? With the.
That was a good plug. Bill's on my side all the time.
I need to get some.
Bob Penny is on top of it, so cricket, and we're out there with the beach and all that, so. I'm right here, so if you wanna buy pieces, let her know. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
I've already thought there.
No, it was a status on the arena and the clubhouse, getting somebody to come in.
Oh, so you mean the restaurant RFP? So we're in the final processes of interviews of the people who put in for bids, and we'll be making a decision within the next, I want to say, this week.
Yeah, because we went through a pretty long process.
And the furniture up there.
Yeah, so
All that's for-
That's all included.
Because I'm tired of nicking things on tables that, you know,
Yeah.
benches need to be repaired.
yes, we totally agree.
Yeah, there's an overall plan with the new leases that we're gonna be putting in place with that, so. You know, we saw a success out of this, we think we're gonna lease it. So,
I like the tables down in the pavilion, that's nice, there are probably any tables on the patio up there.
And hopefully within the next month, or so you should be a change.
The new DOR, every time I look at the email, it's 400. Surely we're getting close. Can we get an update of that in the newsletter?
237.
The one, two,
237, was that?
but again, we don't know
Could have been 297, I can't remember.
or again, we just know the number. we need to get.
Yeah, it would be nice to know that some have voted.
Yes, some have votes.
Yeah, but it is like 400 is in every newsletter. You know, we want to see that number come down.
Yeah, we just updated that this week and shared it with the board. And also trying to figure out what's the next campaign, because we're so close. I mean, it's the biggest vote I think the community's ever
Yeah.
had.
Good.
And so we're trying to figure out.
You know,
if there's some.
Trying to find the best way to reach people, you know, we've
Yeah.
done mailing, we've done, emails, we've done concerts, there's a text option, but I'm not sure we we haven't gone there yet, but we're trying to find ways to reach people.
Return the package to people that have.
Well, it's based on
We did.
the number of eligible homes, which means people have to can't be behind the dues to be able to vote. I don't know if you can sell.
That's right. what the number is?
Yeah, like,
It was 20, what was, I don't have the numbers, I can.
I
pull it
don't
up.
remember.
It was 20, But I think it was 23 or, right, it was called 2300.
Because it's hard. So it's,
Even if we see the number come down, we know that people are voting,
Yeah.
so it's stop.
Yeah, it has.
well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. No other questions.
You're-